This is the plaintiff, Vida Safi Mays. She says the defendant, her husband, went into her bank account and stole her money. When she went to the cops, she was told he had a right to her money because they were married. He also owes her for 6 years of rent he never paid, and she's determined to get it from him today, then divorce the no-goodnik. She's suing for $5,000, the amount owed. This is the defendant, Walter Mays. He says the plaintiff's a little off. The woman even got a restraining order against him. She claimed he was stalking her. How can he stalk his wife when he lives with her? Luckily, they should be divorced within a year, so all this madness can stop. As far as owing her money for back rent, preposterous. Simply preposterous. He's accused of doing a wife wrong. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $5,000 for harassment and defamation of character.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff says the defendant fleeced her bank account while they were married, but the defendant says she's just plain crazy. It's the case of I'm not banking on you anymore.
Thank you, Douglas. Vida Safi Mays?
Correct.
You are suing your husband, Walter Mays, for $5,000. You say you're actually out $18,000 in unpaid rent from 2005 to 2011.
Correct.
Because you woke up one morning and realized he hadn't paid rent?
No, I know.
All right, what's going on?
He refused to pay the rent.
Okay, now tell me about you two.
I met him and we were going out together. He had his own apartment. He was evicted from his apartment.
Evicted?
Yes. He moved in my apartment and he bragged to people, oh, her rent is so little. I can pay this rent.
How much is the rent?
$249.56.
How was the rent $249?
I have rent control and I've been there 34 years.
Oh, I wouldn't leave there either.
Exactly.
Where is this?
In Inwood, right? 207th and Broadway, Manhattan.
In Manhattan?
Yeah.
All right. Gosh, how does one person get that lucky, but nobody else can?
Yeah.
Well, I guess a whole building worth can. All right, so talk to me and tell me. He says this is awesome.
We lived
I met the perfect woman. She's in a rent-controlled apartment.
Right.
Go ahead.
And we worked, some of the jobs we had the same jobs. We had security, we worked for the port, we cleaned the Port Authority. And if something's wrong in your marriage, you talk to the person you're married to, and he claims he understands. But then the next thing, he's not paying the rent. He's not paying the rent. He's not paying the rent. And
but I don't understand. How long were you married to him?
2009.
Okay, so
but he lived with me before.
Okay, so after the first month that you noticed that he's not contributing, why is he still living there?
Because he wouldn't leave. He told the people in my block.
No. Hold on. You broke up with a guy and for 6 years he wouldn't leave?
No, I wasn't. It wasn't that.
Okay, so why the second month are you still with him? Like, why is he still welcome?
Because at one time he wasn't working, so I thought that was okay.
Okay, but at one time. But you just testified about how you had the same jobs. So on those months, was he paying rent?
No.
Well, then I don't understand why you would keep him there. See, his testimony is different. He says he was paying rent.
He didn't. I have.
Did he try to get on the lease?
Yes, and I wouldn't put him on.
Yeah, but he can't though, right?
I can if I chose to.
All right. Why? Because you could choose to put my
husband on the lease.
It has to be your husband.
I didn't want to.
Right.
Because I didn't want him to try and tell me get out of my own house.
Yeah, duh.
So I wouldn't do that.
Okay, so you sound like a smart cookie. So if you're such a smart cookie and he didn't pay a penny of rent in 6 years, so you're not such a smart cookie.
My heart was there.
Okay. Why did you guys break up?
Various reasons. That was one of them. And he's physically abusive, so I had to get an order of protection. He tried to beat me up the day I was going to the hospital for surgery.
What was leading to that fight?
Him. Just him.
How?
Just him. Just being nasty. He can be nasty, verbally abusive.
What had he said to you?
He would say things so nobody would hear, or he said, well, I'm going to send you a message, or what he can do. And then he told my mother, he had an argument with my son, and he told my mother that my son is lucky his cousins didn't come out of jail to beat him up because that's what's going to happen.
What's going on?
I have proof of how my rent looks after he left.
Talk to me.
She's saying, I need help out with the rent and everything. Now, I would take my check and get money orders to give to her to pay the rent. To pay the rent. But
Go ahead. Put your hand down. I'll give you a chance to respond when he's done. Let the man speak.
Okay.
And no, we get paid every 2 weeks.
When you get paid, you take the check and put it where?
When I cash my check, first thing I do, I get a money order. I will give her the whole money order and don't take the bottom part of the receipt with the numbers and everything. So I just give it to her. This has been going on for years.
But what would you do? You'd pay part of it, a fourth of it, a half of it, all of it?
The whole thing. I would make it out for the whole $249.56.
Put your hand down.
Now she's saying I haven't been paying rent in 6 years. That's almost $18,000 a year.
Oh, you got mad.
No, $18,000 in all.
No, really $17,968.32.
Okay.
So, but like I said, I'm helping her with the rent. I'm helping her with the Con Edison bill. For her to come here and say I haven't helped.
Why do you suppose she'd say that?
She just want money.
Okay.
And it's so funny because we're in family court now.
You are?
Yes.
Okay.
And at the same time, she was telling the judge to make sure I give her some money. So now, all of a sudden now, it jumped from $1,500 to $5,000.
Right. Well, because it can. Because it's a $5,000 statutory maximum. Oh, look at you. You've got your own little $5,000 claim. What's it for? Harassment, adultery, defamation?
Well, adultery, I crossed that out.
But why? I'm curious why you had originally said that and why you crossed it out.
Because for the simple fact, she likes to stay out 2 or 3 days.
2 or 3 days?
Yeah, then at the same time, see, my thing is this. Call me, let me know if you're all right.
Call me and let me know if you're all right. I'll take that deal. Are you kidding me? She's your wife. She stays out 2 or 3 days?
Right, but...
you mean on a vacation with friends, or do you mean like just all of a sudden?
No, I'm saying, let me know that you're okay.
No, but do you mean all of a sudden, just like she goes to parties and then she just decides not to come home for a few days?
Yeah.
Really? And that's okay with you so long as you call?
No, it's not okay.
Should one person in a marriage be able to sue the other for adultery?
Me personally, I say no.
Why?
Well, in the UK, we don't sue for adultery. I'm from the UK, and I'm in America now. If one person wants to go with another person, that's their choice. And that's
what I love the most about this is the guy holds up his passport to somehow prove no,
because we don't sue for nothing in the UK. Adultery, if you want to be with someone, that's your choice. If you want to go elsewhere, that's your choice. It's down to you.
I think we're done. I like this guy. Going inside the courtroom.
It's not okay.
I don't know. I could say I want to make sure my husband sees this, so that I can say, it should be all right with you. Come on, a couple of days. Keep the fort up while I'm gone.
No, but the reason why I'm saying this is because anything is possible.
Okay.
Anything is possible. She could have got hurt. Anything, and I don't hear nothing from her.
Okay, so now let me ask you a question, Ms. Safi Mays. If I award you what you're asking for, I basically am in a position where every girlfriend, wife, anybody who has ever decided that they'd let their man take a free ride and then decides later, oh, that was a bad idea, can just come to court because you clearly allowed him to for 6 years. According to your own testimony, it was 6 years of doing that.
It wasn't all of 6 years, Your Honor.
Oh, yeah, from the day you married him to the day that you...
Oh, that was 3 years. I've been married 3 years.
Okay, 3 years. Years.
I know. I worked 3 jobs for my wedding. I know.
Okay, honey, but these are the choices that you make, and you want me to erase all the consequences for your choices? If you decide you're going to marry somebody who, according to you, he denies it. He says, Judge, this is ridiculous. We both put money towards all of the expenses. She's just angry now and wants money. But you say he never paid a penny. Well, then why do you tolerate it for the number of years that you tolerated it?
Because it was abusive.
Miss Safi Mays, listen very carefully.
Just Miss Safi. Just Miss Safi.
Okay, Miss Safi, you got your restraining order. You got him out of the rent control department.
Right, I did
and
last year.
Good for you. You're moving on with your life. Good for you. But I am not about to take a big giant eraser and pretend you didn't make the decisions that you made. You made those decisions. If it worked out fine for you, it works out fine for me. My verdict is for the defendant. Now you, Mr. Mays, have a countersuit against her for $5,000 for harassment, defamation of character, and mental anguish. Tell me about that.
Okay, with all this going on, going back and forth to court, taking time off of work, it starts to give you, mental anguish. Mental stress. And
okay,
everything.
So you want $5,000 because she sued you?
Something, not the whole thing.
I'll give you some.
All right.
I'll give you some. I'll give you a little piece of advice. And my advice is, just like I gave to her, there are consequences for our choices in life. And if you feel that she is giving you a lot of grief, that's the woman that you married. Tough for you.
Yes.
You got to live in a rent-controlled apartment for how many years? At least 6 years?
Yeah.
Right. So whether you're paying it as you say or you're not paying it as she says, either way, it's a good deal for you. So you want me to what? Because she sues you and divorces you, you need to make $5 grand? Wow. I don't think so. On your counterclaim, 0.
Okay.
Zeros on both sides of the board here in this case. This is the plaintiff coming at her. What's your state of mind leaving the courtroom now?
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's over.
You looked a little
and
upset
done.
in there.
Because of some of the things that I heard, but it's okay. Life goes on.
Okay, well, do you buy the judge's comments to you that you can't ask the court to make up for some of the bad choices we make as
Couldn't make them
individuals?
up because I lived them, so you can't make them up.
Yeah.
I lived them, so that's that.
The court can't change them.
That's
They're
fine.
yours.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, they're mine to have a memory on. So I'll never forget it.
All right, okay. Come on out here, sir. What's your feeling on the outcome here?
What am I feeling? I feel pretty decent with the decision.
You upset that she wants to get a divorce?
No, I'm not upset. Matter of fact, I'm all for it.
You're all for that?
Yeah, I want one too.
Harvey?
Pure and simple, in just about every state, you cannot sue for adultery anymore. Your recourse is simple. It's called divorce. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.